Alrighty, so it's been a few months since I've taken any video or photos or pretty much anything really. Just haven't really felt like it. So now we're a few months later. We're in March, and we've got the frame completely painted. I've got all the electrical, the wires pulled from end to end with a bunch of spares. That's what these bundles of wire are here. We've got our lights mounted. I guess they're, oh, that battery's for crap. Well, you can kind of see there's some lights on. The battery, I guess, is drained already, but it's just a little DeWalt battery that's just running the lights for a minute. But anyways, we got the frame painted. I got these brackets put on to hang the platform. So the platform that we're going to step into right in this area, you're going to step over the side rail from this side over here. So this is going to be a platform right in here, so you can actually stand up in this, and this will be the bed area. We've got our bed platform. We got our bed platform all done. We've got the shock mounts. Got a light switch that's not wired in yet. Got the spare tire. I specifically designed that area just to get a spare tire in there. It's literally 1/8 of an inch of room between the tire and the bed. So originally I wanted to do this. Here was a composite sandwich kind of a thing. So you've got on the bottom, you've got what's called RFP, reinforced fiberglass panel, and then that was glued to 2-inch foam. And then because of how long the distance is from here to here, and I've got these little welded in plates to hold everything. Because the distance was so long from here to there, I put in a couple wood sticks, basically what they call them, 2x2s. And these 1x2s are the framework for everything else around here. But then I put some 3/8 plywood on top of this, or it's not even 3/8, it's even thinner than that. So by the time I'd done glued, and it took so much glue, the plywood and the wood and the foam and the RFP panel, it was like, what a waste, because it was still really heavy. So being so heavy, I didn't really see the point in doing that. So these other ones, this is just 23/32 plywood with RFP. And then I wasn't going to do any foam, but then I ended up, I got some leftover half-inch panel foam I put down and then glued the carpet to it. So it's thinnest in this panel, because it's literally just the RFP, the plywood, the carpet. Whereas over in the sides, it's RFP, plywood, foam, the skinny, like 1/2-inch foam, and then the carpet. But here it's got the 2-inch. So anyways, then we framed up the whole bed area. Next is what we did next. And then get up. So after that, we did this front bulkhead. So I framed that front bulkhead basically to give me a pocket right in here. So this pocket is a nice little channel where I can put whatever I want, little electronics or whatever I need. So this is where I got my wires chasing through here, going up over the frame rail. kind of a cool view. Got my wires going up in there. And then you can see I've got my training wheels on. The training wheels allow me to not have a tongue so that I can have this in the garage and I can wheel it around. I can wheel it, it's nice and smooth. I can wheel it into the driveway and park it out there for a minute and then put it back in the garage. So again, RFP on the bottom, these little feetsies. And then here are my mounts for the tongue. The tongue mounts, 2 spots, 1, 2, and then same thing on that side over there. So I think that's going to be plenty strong. So not going to worry about that. And then we got our stabilizers right here and over here. And then I tried to seal up everything really good. I got silicone pretty much on every joint because I don't want any bugs getting up into the cabin. So I've sealed off everything really good, except for right in here. I still need to do that. And then as far as these side panels are concerned, they're screwed into the metal frame, and then I have caulking in between the panel and the canvas, and then some more glue, and then the metal. So the idea here, is we're going to take the canvas, because again this is going to be poor man's fiberglass, which is canvas and glue, okay, and we're going to use 2-inch foam for the exterior. This is only 1.5, so you got to kind of imagine this being a little bit thicker because we need it to have a little bit of a drip edge. So we're going to have 2-inch foam glued and screwed to the side of these boards to provide a really good anchor. But what we're going to do is take this canvas here, we're going to put a bead of silicone down, put the canvas down, fill it with glue or maybe some more silicone, but probably fill it with glue so it's nice and saturated, and put our foam down, and then take our canvas and then wrap the glue up around. And then of course after the glue dries, again we're going to make some kind of drip edge, but after we get that figured out with drip edge, get the canvas up and glued, we're going to let the glue dry, and then we'll have canvas coming from the sides, coming around the top, come down, and they're going to overlap on top of this canvas. So this canvas will be glued up, the lower canvas will be glued up, and the upper canvas will wrap over the top of that to make sure it's weather tight. And then of course it's all going to get painted really good when it's done. And then originally I had made a bed platform. Back here I'd cut this piece of plywood. I had made that just right for the platform, and then there's that cross member, and I glued it to the wrong side to where the warp in the board was going this way now. So it was bowing this way instead of bowing this way. So I put that cross member, that's on the top side. I should have put it on the bottom side, and I wasn't thinking about it. So I had to recut it. So now this one warps correctly. You can see the curve in it, the natural bow in it. So when it goes flat, that squishes down and it's perfectly fine. And I've decided I'm not even going to put a brace in here. If we ever need one, I'll put one in there. But I mean, that's 23-30 seconds. It's plenty thick. We don't need anything. So then next, after we put the walls on, like I say, this is pretty much all we did. We just screwed with some big number 12s, self-tapping number 12s. Of course, I pre-drilled, and we framed and insulated the bulkhead. We did all that, and then we plywooded the top, and then I cut out little sections, and we cut the carpet as one. Originally, I had just stapled the carpet down, and you know, the bed's going to come out to here, so I mean, you got to figure with blankets and stuff, I mean, you're not even going to see this. This line is going to be, you know, the bed's going to be right up to here. So there's no point in really worrying about this area, but I didn't want staples all in this area, so I ended up pulling these back out and then gluing them all in. So all these hatches are fully glued. And I was going to hinge them right here so that, you know, there's going to be a wall. There's going to be a wall of foam here, and I was going to have them hinge up, you know, like this. But then my wife suggested she wanted her side to just be no hinges, just flopping around. And that works actually pretty good because you can get in here with a finger or two, pull it out, you can do whatever you want to do, and when you're done you can just put it back in. So for her, she kind of wants it out of the way, and I can always add hinges, so you know, that'll work out fine. That'll work out just fine. So the struts I ended up getting, I ordered them on Amazon from this company here, but I ended up getting ones that were too short. I didn't realize they make longer ones, and they want you to install them about right there, and that would have had it come to about right here, and the whole thing would have only opened up 2 feet. And 2 feet is not enough to get in there and do anything. So I went ahead and just moved them back, and I'm sure it'll be fine with the amount of weight. I got the standard weight springs, but we're gonna have a foam mattress, which I believe is lighter weight than a standard mattress. So it should be fine. If not, you know, I can just get new shocks, whatever. And then we got a little connector here. It's gonna have a USB. We're going to get the nice paneling, the nice thin 1/8" pretty plywood is going to go across here. I just haven't bought any yet, so eventually there's going to be a nice pretty one there. And that's what it looks like with the bed closed. So you got to imagine, you know, there's going to be a mattress here. Nice mattress there. And we're building everything from the inside out, because it's just a lot easier that way. If you build the walls first, now you have to get inside all the time, so I'd have to go through the doorway all the time, step over this frame rail all the time, all day long. It's just a lot easier to build it from the inside out. So I'm trying to get everything from the center done and work my way outwards. So right now we're pretty much done with the bed platform area. Got that all done and hinged. Of course, the carpet doesn't stick to the metal hinges very well, but again, that'll be covered by mattress. And I also might cut a hole in here for a vent, so that I want to have like little vents that point and swivel, so that when the fan is on sucking air, it can this vent can just blow air right on your face, right on your head. Maybe we'll think about that. But the next area, I've got the platform, the frame welded up. It's in the backyard painted, but I don't want to do the platform next. We're going to do the back area first. And I keep debating on how I want to do it. I kind of want to have this drop down area here. I kind of want to make it a drop down area, so we got extra room in here. But I don't know if I want to go through the hassle, because it's a lot of hassle to do what we did here. You know, we welded tabs all the way around. We had to bolt and screw and did RFP and all kinds of crap. I don't want to go through that over here, but I think it would be worth it to have deeper storage, at least in this pocket, because this will be inside the cabin. We're going to have a wall about right here. This is where our walls are going to be, going all the way up. So I kind of want to have this area to have that sunken storage. I might even go past the frame rail where these are flush, because right there you're right on top of the axle. But you know, if the axle were to hit maximum travel, it would touch the frame, so probably not a good idea to do that. Either way, I'm still debating on how I want to do this area. Obviously the water tank sits up higher than the line of the frame. So we got to kind of take that into account on our design, which makes it a challenge. So I think that's everything we got done so far. Again, the canvas is for the permanent fiberglass. It's already glued in there, so it's going to anchor the foam, and that's what I want. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's completely anchored in. So that's going to make sure that the foam never flies away going down the road. The only issue I have is just making it completely waterproof. I don't want any of these corners to become a spot where water's running down and then seeping in and then starting to eat away at all the wood. So we just got to make sure we figure out how to waterproof it. Mostly that drip edge is going to be the thing that I want to make sure that I don't forget to do. We really want to make sure we get a drip edge in there. Other than that, just a lot of headache, a lot of measuring. Everything was custom cut. That entire area, every little stick was custom cut to fit. Yeah, a lot of fitting, getting the panels in there, because I have some bolts and nuts that stick up from underneath from the stabilizers and stuff that I had to kind of account for. It was just a lot of work. It doesn't look like all that much sitting here, but yeah, this is a couple of months worth of work here. So yep, ramble, that's where we're at. So I'll post some more when I get some more progress.